Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Duval, a native Washingtonian and a D.C. government employee, and I'm excited to welcome you all to this event. I grew up east of the river, and I'm a proud Eastern Rambler, and I currently reside in Northwest Washington. I left the district to attend college, but was eager to return to the district so that I can become a D.C. government employee to give back to the city that had given me so much. D.C. government has given me the opportunity to serve my community and to also build my career. I began my career at the Department of Public Works as an environmental education program coordinator, and now 20 years later, I'm an environmental crimes investigator working hard to protect our city from environmental hazards. I want to thank Mayor Bowser for her hard work in making sure that D.C. government employees are taken care of. Having fair wages makes it possible for us to raise our families in the nation's capital and also to invest in our futures. That is why I'm honored today to introduce you to my mayor, Muriel Bowser. Thank you.
Well, good evening, or good late afternoon, everybody. It's great to see you, and isn't it great to be back in the John A. Wilson building? I want to acknowledge our council members who have joined us, and I will also be acknowledging members of my team. I want to start with council member for Ward 5, Kenyon McDuffie. Give Kenyon a big round of applause. The Ward 8 council member Trayon White. Give Trayon a big round of applause. The council member for Ward 2, Brooke Pinto. Thank you, council member Pinto, for being here. The at-large council member and chair of the council's workforce committee, apropos of why we're here, council member Alyssa Silverman. Give her a round of applause. And the at-large council member for housing, Anita Bonds. Give Anita Bonds a big round of applause. I want to acknowledge also members of my team, the city administrator, Kevin Donahue. We just call them the Lindsays. That's Lindsay Parker, the assistant city administrator, and Lindsay Maxwell, who directs the district's office for labor. You got a lot of applause there, Lindsay. This is a good agreement, isn't it? And Lindsay, we also appreciate you stepping up in the very big shoes of Ventress Gibson and serving as interim director for the district's human resources office. So with that, we have an exciting announcement that affects 11,000 district government employees. And these 11,000 people have been showing up, working hard, and delivering for the people of the District of Columbia through one of the most stressful times that we have experienced in our history. So for these 11,000 and all district government employees, let's give them a big round of applause. And they are represented today by Lee Blackman. She is the federal director at the National Association of Government Employees. Robert Hollingsworth, the executive director at District Council 20 with the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees. Otis Johnson. Otis. The National Vice President of District 14 with the American Federation of Government Employees, and Ms. Laverne Gooding Jones, the President of AFSCME 2087. And we said, and I have had this conversation with everybody here, that we were focused on getting to an agreement with compensation units 1 and 2, affectionately known in DC government as Comps 1 and 2. And I'm grateful for this team that made it happen. And most of all, I'm grateful for the more than 11,000 DC government employees who it will very positively impact. These are the workers who make sure our trash gets picked up every single week. Give DPW a big round of applause. And I just have to pause on this. Because I know even in those first few weeks when I was at home, working from home, I was just the normalcy of seeing the trucks pull up outside made me know that things were working, people were showing up, and the regularities of life would happen again. And I know DPW gets kicked around a little bit for sport, but I want to tell our employees how much we appreciate them. Let's hear it for DPW. The employees of DOES are represented here, the district's job agency, who distributed more than $2 billion in unemployment benefits during the pandemic, and they showed up in person to make that happen. Give them a big round of applause. It affects people who maintain our government buildings, who had to pivot to make sure that people could return to school and work safe. And it also included the people who helped us get balanced budgets and revenue forecast on point and so much more. And so, as I have said before, I am grateful that our employees were with us in the beginning. They stuck with us through this pandemic, and we have done every single thing to make sure that they did not miss a paycheck in the last 2 years. And more than that, we can now live up to our commitments to make sure they are paid fairly for the work that they do. And I am proud that DC government, as I said, did not have to resort to layoffs through those very difficult times. But I also asked our union partners to bear with me when we had to do that modified budget, and they did. And we were able to live up to all of our commitments. And all that we have done is intentional, because the team that has brought our city back over 15 and 20 years is the team that we want to continue to work with. So here's the agreement. And this agreement has been forged between my very capable negotiators. I have the lead negotiator's name, Brenda Zwack. Where's Brenda? Brenda, give you. And they have very tough negotiators, as you know. But we all came together to do the right thing for all of our constituents. It takes our employees and gives them, for fiscal year 2022, a 3.5% bonus, a 2.5% pay raise in fiscal 23, and a 3% pay raise in fiscal 24 and 25. And I think, and I know, that it's going to be a very fair agreement for all of our workers. It also increases the funds set aside for the negotiated employee assistance home purchase program to $650,000, so we can help more employees buy a home in the city that they serve. You like that, don't you, Anita? So again, I want to thank you very much for working with us and for serving the residents of the District of Columbia. And I'm sure each of these union leaders would like me to remind you that they want to grow the number of DC government employees that they work side by side with. And as a result, on March 16th and 17th, we will be hosting a very large virtual job fair. So if you want to come and work in the best city in the world, for the best city in the world, I suggest that you get all your documents together, have your pitch ready, tell us that you like to work hard for the people of the district, and our managers are interested to hire you. So with that, I want to turn to our union leaders. We'll hear from our council members and sign the document. First, we're going to hear from Laverne Gooding-Jones.
Good afternoon, Mayor Bowser and distinguished guests. My name is Laverne L. Gooding-Jones. I am the president of Local 2087, representing the unionized staff at the University of the District of Columbia, our city and one day state university. I was born in and proud to say that I'm still a resident of the District of Columbia, where there are 5 living generations here. It is a pleasure to be here today to witness the signing of the Comp 1 and 2 bargaining agreement between the union and Mayor Bowser. Because of COVID, it wasn't easy, but with the dedication of our chief negotiators, local presidents, members, Lindsey Maxwell and his team, we were able to get it done at the behest of Mayor Bowser. Thank you all so much.
Lee Blackman.
Good evening, Mayor Bowser, district leaders, and my labor brothers and sisters. It's an honor to be here this evening to celebrate this monumental moment. As you're all aware, Compensation Units 1 and 2 is comprised of more than 30 local unions representing approximately 10,000 plus district employees. We, the leaders of the Compensation Unit, are charged with being the voice of these 10,000 plus employees and advocating on their behalf. And this has never, ever been an easy task. This charge, coupled with the COVID pandemic, made this round of negotiations particularly challenging. But thanks to the hard work and dedication of both the unions and district negotiators team, despite the late nights and weekend discussions that were required, we were able to reach an agreement in record time. This agreement signifies Mayor Bowser's commitment to the labor workforce and recognizes that they are the cornerstone of the District of Columbia. I'd like to take a moment to recognize Lindsey Maxwell and his OLRCB team, Kevin Donahue, and my co-chairs, and especially all of the Comp 1 and 2 leaders for entrusting us with this task. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. And Robert Hollingsworth from AFSCME.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. I want to thank Mayor Bowser for her hospitality. I want to thank the union members here that serve this city, all of them. It has been my honor to be a co-negotiator in a contract for you. You are deserving. You have kept the city running through one of the most difficult times in its history that's ever been recorded in this United States. So I want to thank you first and foremost, and you are very deserving of everything that is in this contract. I want to thank my fellow co-negotiators for their time and for their effort and all the time that we have put into this. It has meant a lot to us, and we appreciate you. We appreciate the attorneys that have served us, led by Brenda Zwack. Very much appreciated, Brenda, for all your expertise, your commentary, and those off-hour calls to keep things going in those ideas. I also want to give a special thanks to Director Lindsey Maxwell and his efforts, which have been exceptional. There are so many people who have said that they were so surprised at how smoothly these negotiations went, but that was in large part due to Mr. Maxwell and his negotiating team, their efforts. So again, I want to thank you, thank the mayor, and all of those who participated in this process, and especially the union workers of the District of Columbia. Thank you.
And Otis Jones from AFSCME.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mayor Bowser. I'm going to start off by thanking my co-negotiators, Sister Lee Blackman, Brother Robert Hollingsworth, our excellent staff, that worked tremendously hard in this: Brenda Swag, Andre Phillips, Lateef Williams, and Erica Dorsey. And to each and every one of the local leaders in Comp 1 and 2, because they pushed us, they made us do what they wanted to do. They said, this is what we wanted. Can y'all please get what we want? To Director Maxwell and his team, thank you all for being willing participants to not just come in, but to also listen to what the employees had to say. And again, I just want to thank all of the hard-working DC government workers that are here today. Thank you for all that you've done. Continue to make DC proud. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jones. And I just realized that I hired Mrs. Zwack when, in fact, she works for the Labor Partners. So good work. I was so excited. So now with that, I want to acknowledge the members of the council, and I'd like to start with the Chair Pro Tem and invite the members to come over, followed by the Labor Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll keep my remarks brief, but I do want to thank you, Madam Mayor, Director Maxwell, and all the union leaders that are here today and those who contributed to today's agreement. Look, our workers, y'all's members, are indeed the cornerstone of our government. And I am so appreciative of all the efforts that you all have put in, particularly over the course of this pandemic. It is only right that we're here today to acknowledge this agreement and make sure that you all are compensated and get all that you are due. I know the importance of your ability to collectively bargain, to earn a wage that allows you to take care of yourselves and your families. My mom was a federal employee and a member of AFSCME. My dad was a District of Columbia government worker, an electrician for DPW, and a member of AFGE. And I myself, once upon a time, was a dues-paying member of the United States Postal Service when I carried mail. And it was that opportunity that changed everything for me and set me on the course and the trajectory to be here standing before you today as Chair Pro Tem of the Council. And so I really do appreciate, Madam Mayor, the invitation to be here and to help recognize what is being accomplished today, because I think that everybody should acknowledge that the District of Columbia government is only as good as its workers. So thank you.
Councilmember Silverman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alyssa Silverman, Chair of the Labor Committee. First of all, I want to say congratulations to the labor negotiators. Brenda, I don't know if there's a simultaneous employment agreement in here that allows you to work for the city and for the union. You know, I will just be brief. I echo what the mayor said and what Councilmember McDuffie said, is that our hard-working civil servants who are working hard every day to make this government work, to deliver services for the residents and businesses of our city deserve fair pay and compensation and timely compensation. I will say, Madam Mayor, I'm excited to see what's in this agreement. I'm someone, as most people here like to know, read the document. So I think the next step after you sign it is it will come to the council. So I look forward to reading everything in here. I'm excited to hear about the housing assistance, because Lord knows that our hardworking employees want to be able to live in the city that they work so hard for. So I'm excited to see what's in here about that. But most of all, congratulations. I know Director Maxwell very well. He's a tough negotiator, so I know that our union partners had an equal partner at the table. But congratulations to everyone. Look forward to taking a look at the agreement when it comes to the council. Thank you.
So, you are right, council member. Our team is, we're going to sign this and we're going to put the package together for the council. You're going to find it to be pleasure reading, I dare say. And we'll get it just as soon as we get it approved. We can start working on it. And it does take some weeks for the bonus to come through, right? And we don't want the council to be standing in between the people and their bonuses. And we definitely won't be standing in between it. So we're going to get that in all seriousness. We'll make sure the package is tight. We'll get the package to the council, and I know that they're going to turn their attention to it just as soon as possible. So once again, congratulations. After the signing, I want to invite you up to the 6th floor to my offices for a little celebration.
Let's see. Yep, I would.